everybody. Welcome back to Stinker, Drinker, Thinker, podcast with three guys who pour some pours, make some cocktails, and we rank them in our own little special way. A fun little ranking system we've developed known as the Stinker, Drinker, Thinker. My name is Anthony Longano. I am joined here by my two friends, Troy the Body Viglotti. Troy, say hello.
Only if you say hello first.
Hello, everybody. Troy the Body Viglotti, please say hello.
Please say hello. Please stand up.
Please don't stand up. Yeah. By the way, Troy can stand up without a cane now, everybody.
Hey!
That's great. And he'll underplay it as much as he will underplay it, but we're all pretty fucking happy for him. So,
thank you all. I couldn't have done it without each and every one of you.
You all helped. You're all there for the ride. You're the one, forget it. Then I'm joined by Matt McKibble. Matt, say hello.
Why, hello there.
Hello, Matt.
Hello.
Hello. A little... Put some good wishes towards Matt. Matt's going to have a little bit of an operation himself the next coming days. Nothing too big unless they open it up and there's like a Demi-Borgin living in his body or something like that.
That'd be cool.
If you pray, do that. If you have thoughts, just maybe some thoughts. If you really want to help, like and subscribe and give 5-star reviews on whatever platform
I wonder where
you're listening on.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, so we are on the eve of Father's Day weekend. First and foremost, thank you very much for everyone who took part in our Father's Day giveaway on Instagram. We gave away a nice Glencairn, a golf shirt, and a little 375 of Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select to a lucky winner. So that's cool. Thank you guys very much for that. We have a fun one here tonight. We're gonna do something that we really haven't done in a long time. We've been focusing on more readily available stuff. Store picks. I think that's what we did last week or the last two episodes or a couple weeks ago, right? Yeah. Time is kind of running together.
We did. Let's see if I can recall. So we did last episode. We did the Cocktail Doctor. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the one before that we did Penelope. Yeah.
And then before that, that's when we did the barrel pick week. But we're going to go into some higher end stuff here, some stuff that you maybe walk into a store and you either don't see because it's extremely rare, or it's stuff that's up on the top shelf and you don't want to, drop $165 on it.
Yeah, or you see it up there and you're like, should I buy this? Is this worth the crazy price tag? Yeah.
We're going to let you know if it's worth it because we're going to drink it. So we'll do that for you tonight. We have the Orphan Barrel Fable Folly release from this year. It's a Stitzel-Weller company, but I mean, we were kind of just looking it up, and it seems like it's
Heaven Hill Old Barrel, something like that.
Yeah. Essentially, from the gist of it, from what we got, is this is just a bunch of old rare whiskeys that were forgotten about in the back of rick houses, places, and they've kind of been bottling it up and putting it up for releases for a lot of fucking money.
Yep.
So this one, I think you said MSRP was like 150.
150-ish.
Yeah, I think after tax I paid 165.
Yeah, you'll see anywhere from 150 to 200 depending on the store.
And I've seen a couple other releases from them on the shelf since, and I haven't splurged on them just because it's it's fucking
expensive,
dumb to do that every time you see one.
Well, and they put out releases pretty often, and I always see them on the shelf, and I'm always like, man, I don't know. They're kind of get mixed reviews. That's a big chunk of change to drop, so I'll be curious. I haven't tried a lot of their stuff. I'll be curious to see.
Have you tried any of it?
I think I tried one, the release before that, I think, and every other review is just like, meh.
Yeah.
So.
This one has not been getting terrible reviews. And I mean, it's aged 14 years. It's got this sick fox playing an old harp or something on it,
and it's probably older than that too.
It's
obviously the youngest spirit in there. It's probably a good chunk of it's probably a lot older.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, because they're blending it with stuff. But
yep.
I'm excited to drink it. It's coming in a drinker proof. It's at 90 proof.
Yep.
So
what's the ultimate drinker proof, Troy? What do you think?
I do agree.
Yeah. I do believe.
Laughed at coming in. I
was
imagining a wrestler being introduced into the ring.
In the right corner, coming in at 90 proof.
These damn wrestling analogies can't seem to escape me.
Yeah, they I don't think they ever will.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Once you're a fan of wrestling, you're a fan for life.
Yeah, but they only come up here.
Yeah. That is kind of weird how that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. I admit I'm weird.
Well, I bring them up more than you, I think.
Yeah.
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 And then Matt walked into a liquor store one day and found this Heaven Hill 17 year from this year. This nice release. And I've been threatening to. I think when he walked in and handed it to me, I tried to throw it in the trash can. You
immediately took it and put it in the trash can. I said, oh, okay. All right, well,
I was trying to open the box to see the proof, and he's like, "You don't have to manhandle it, Anthony."
I have to mansplain everything, how to open a whiskey box, because
I'm hoping out of all the ones that Troy
stinker.
I honestly I think it might be, but
I hope it is, man.
And second of all, I think Troy's getting knock on the table of judgment, but I would say we've never broken a single fucking thing on this.
That's gonna be it.
We did a glassware episode. We had glasses everywhere. We've made cocktails. We've gotten trashed. Troy, when you pop this bottle tonight, you're gonna drop it all over the fucking floor.
Fine.
I'm calling it right now.
I hope so.
It'll be captured on camera.
It will be.
Yeah, and the reason we say this because it literally is a not once in a blue moon bottle, but they release them very, very rarely. I think this is like a couple thousand bottles, whatever. But our entire store chain got one bottle. I happened to get it. So
Jesus, really?
Yep.
He's so special, man. He
Yep.
really
MSRP is like $275.
And it's not an annual release, is what you're saying?
No.
Well, so it's we'll talk about it later, but this is going to be part of their like the opposition to the Parker's line. So the Parker's is kind of the more experimental line, and this is going to be their heritage line, which is the more kind of traditional but older stock, more like whiskey, like old whiskey lover kind of line. So it's gonna be year release, but every year it's gonna be super rare and it's gonna be hunted. And I think like secondary right now is anywhere between $1,500 and $3,000. It's kind of dumb. So
$3,000.
Yeah, I looked it up. Some place they're selling online for actually $31.99.
Jesus,
it's dumb.
You know what? Troy, if this goes in the infinite drinker tonight, 4 ounces. 4 ounces.
The thing is, like, so I mean, this is not. Yeah, it is totally. I think whiskey is meant to be shared, enjoyed, and opened. That's how we're kind of doing it. It's not meant to be sitting on a shelf collecting dust. So, I mean, I'm excited to open it with you guys. I hope it's good.
If it were like wine, and it got better in the bottle,
right,
then it would be one thing,
right.
But
yeah, I don't think I have honestly realistic expectations. I don't think it's gonna blow me away, and I hope it does. But it could be just mediocre, and I think at MSRP, we'll find out if it's good. But
yeah.
Start with Orphan Barrel.
All right, well, let's get into it. Give it a pop, Troy.
Thanks for removing the plastic.
Oh, no problem.
Dirty pop.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna do a redo. That was too seamless. Hang on.
It's like
it's got a little residual pop.
It's flashback.
Yeah,
it's like you hit the side of the tank and you just kind of splash back a little bit.
So while Troy's pouring that, a couple things. First and foremost, thank you for everyone who has been joining us on YouTube. That's really cool. We're working on making all that better for you, but we appreciate all the supports and subscribes. If you're not following us on social media, you're missing out because we're pretty charitable guys. We like giving stuff away. And we're doing a thing right now where and I think this is running until the 4th of July. If you place an order in our shop of over $30, until supplies last or the 4th of July, you guys make that decision. We're going to give away a nice little, what are they, Matt? Are they a little like...
They're 50 milliliters.
Yeah, 50 milliliter bottles of some cool stuff. We have some Willet Pot Still Reserve in there, some Willet 3-year Estate Rye. We got a couple different Balcones on there. We have a Courage and Conviction, which we did on an episode, one of the best single malts we've ever had on here. We have some Teeling. We have some Clyde Mays, which we also actually interviewed LC May a few months back at this point. But is it
going to be random or is it going to be like every order? Something.
I think every order until they're gone.
Okay.
Yeah, I think every order until they're gone.
You're telling me you could buy like a coaster set or a single Glen?
Any order over $30.
Oh, okay. So you get a pair of Glens. And you could arrive with Glens on coasters with a shot ready to go to put in your Glen.
Exactly.
What a deal.
Yeah, it is a good deal. And all Glens come with coasters now. Our new coasters, these are our old coasters. Our new coasters will be ready. We got the new Glens up there. We have 3 different T-shirts, a drawstring bag, an awesome, I'm not just like, I'm not making this up.
You're not drawing your string?
No, I'm not drawing my string. It's actually a fucking awesome golf shirt. Anyone I've given it to or has bought one is like, it's like, oh my God, this is super fucking nice. So, and for $40, I mean, I'll compare it against any $85 shirt any day. It's a good, I mean,
you heard it here.
They overcharge for fucking golf shirts. They do.
That's fair.
But all that stuff's available on there. You place an order for $30 between now and July 4th. We'll throw in one of those random boys for you, or until they're gone, type of thing. So you can do that through our Instagram or on our website at sinkerdrinkerthinker.com.
Perfect.
Cool.
Get to the whiskey. Do you want to go over the actual mash bill and stuff for this, or do you want to just go right into it? You got to pull it up if you want it.
Yeah. What is it?
Okay. So this is a blend of some things I don't say, but of their older stock, and they have different lines. So Barterhouse, Forged Oak, and Rhetoric are the three main components of this. Barterhouse is 86% corn, 8% malted barley, 6% rye. Forged Oak is 86% corn, 8% malted barley, 6% rye. And Rhetoric is 86% corn, 8% malted barley, 6% rye. So they're all really high corn mash bills, and then a little bit of something else. They don't say what they blend with, all that stuff. But so that's what to expect.
I swear I saw something on their website that said Tennessee for this release, but right on the bottle it says distilled in Indiana and Kentucky, blended and bottled by Orphan Barrel.
Yeah, they've done other releases. They've had like Dickel.
Maybe I was.
So I think it was the last release. Everyone got flamed online because I think it was a bunch of Dickel. You know, it's people do
a bunch of
Dickels.
Good goddamn bunch of Dickel. I can't.
But anyway, it doesn't matter what's on the label; it matters what's in the glass. You know. So
Hello.
Smells interesting.
Really light wood and oil.
I almost get some like wet burnt wood. You can definitely smell the age.
You left it out. You left a piece of wood. You're like, I'm gonna make a fire. I'm not gonna leave all the wood out there though. And it got soaked and you had a little bit of a rain.
Yeah. Other than that, there's some sweet kind of like vanilla notes underneath it.
It's like you're making. What are you cooking?
I don't know, but I'm having flashbacks to the Architect. I hope it doesn't taste like burnt ash.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I get
Not at all.
where the Architect is more of the burnt leftovers on the barrel. This is more the beginning cinders of a barrel.
It's opening up in a minute. I might give it another second before I get in there. Yeah. What are you guys doing for Father's Day weekend?
I don't know, recovering.
That's true. You're getting a surgery. Me and Troy are actually going to Kentucky.
Oh yeah,
for the weekend. Yeah, we're staying in Louisville for a few days.
Where are you going? Do you know what you do? Itinerary yet?
I have a couple ideas. I mean, we're definitely going to do, the big ones, Michter's, Rabbit Hole, Old Forester, Angel's Envy, those types of things. Probably hit a couple other ones too, and Justin's.
So you're going to Louisville or you're going to Bardstown?
We're going to Bardstown in September. We're going to Louisville.
Louisville.
Oh, right. Louis. Oh, yes. We've talked about Louisville before.
to Louisville.
I can't wait.
Can you drive me to Louisville, please? GPS routing to Louisville. All right, Troy. Give me something here. Give me some love.
I get a lot of butterscotch and caramel and cream soda. I'm imagining a little bit of baking spice. Kind of reminds me of like a blondie.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you get any chestnut at all?
I mean, it's not jumping out at me. Chestnut usually alludes to a drier sort of nose or palate finish to me. If anything, I'm getting like caramel corn.
Okay, but like a little bit of peanut in the caramel corn, or am I stretching?
I'll allow peanut.
Hear me out.
Riddle me this.
Yeah, hear me out. You ever been to
Whose whiskey is this?
You ever been to like a
What a tasty note
brick
it is.
oven, like a brick oven pizza place, and like
I have,
and they give you the pizza, and it's got like a couple little like burnt spots on the crust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get that in this glass. Like I smell it.
In the nose.
Mm-hmm. I haven't gotten
burnt
in the mouth yet.
pieces on the
but
crust.
good, but still like good, like
yeah.
a sweet,
like you're excited because it's gonna be crunchy,
sweet
Ooh.
doughy crust, but
Yeah.
it's got like that little bit of that burnt kind of dough smell to it.
Okay.
I get more like
do get some sweetness, and I get more vanilla.
Brown sugar,
Yeah, a
cotton,
lot
brown
of vanilla.
sugar, yeah.
brown sugar cotton candy. A little bit.
Cotton candy. I have a 7-year-old. I'm very familiar with.
I haven't eaten cotton candy since I've been 12, probably.
Obviously, it's not in the glass.
It's wispy. It's not like a super dense molasses. It's that more kind of light wispy, like light brown sugar.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going.
What if it tastes like Elijah Craig?
We'll soon find out if it tastes like Heaven Hill, I guess. It's almost like papery. Is that a weird way of saying it?
It is thin. That's the first thing that kind of came to mind. It is thin.
I guess
especially for something so old.
90 proof. It has oak for sure. It has some woodiness.
Yeah.
But it's like you licked a raw piece of wood and it kind of just like was on your tongue, then it went away. The aftertaste is a little weird too.
The aftertaste is barrel.
It is.
Yeah. It's barrel. It's the age. It's the char. It is sweet on the mid palate, but it finishes not with like Penelope Architect, like swamp ash type of bullshit, but it is oak, charred oak.
I want it to be a little
I kind of feel like I just smelt this. I kind of just feel like I just smoked a cigarette for the first time in forever. Like it's that type of taste.
I kind of want it to be a little bit more sappy after thinking of like licking a tree or something.
It's like a dried out stick.
But it doesn't finish nearly as sweet as I would expect based on the nose.
It does it finish really dry to you? Because your finish is like it's drying.
Kind of.
It does.
Actually astringent.
Yeah.
That's that cigarette thing I'm getting at. It
Yeah.
like kind of dries your mouth out, like after you smoke something.
Yeah.
This would be a good cigar bottle, I feel like. Maybe if it was a little fruitier, it might go well with.
I actually,
a cigar.
funny that you say that. Just to counter you for no particular reason, but no. I actually I do enjoy a cigar every now and then, and when I do, I definitely am going to have a glass of whiskey, and generally it's going to be Scotch. And I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but my favorite Scotch with a cigar is Glenmorangie's Nectar d'Or, which is finished in dessert wine barrels, and it's got this like just extra honey sort of characteristic on the finish that I think really, really works with the cigar. Like this, without that sweetness, I think I wouldn't want it with a cigar.
What is a dessert wine specifically?
Well, there are various dessert wines, port being one of them.
Okay.
But port is a fortified wine. The one that Nectar d'Or is finished in is a French dessert wine called Sauterne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Which you know.
Yeah.
You know
Okay.
Sauterne.
What was that dessert wine? You used to work at a winery in Pennsylvania, and you always used to bring this fucking wine, and us pretending that we liked wine. That
I forgot.
in the grand scheme of things, that wine probably tastes like shit.
It was Concord
But
grapes.
Honestly,
It was really good.
honestly, I don't think it did.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to work at a winery in a town called Washington Crossing, pretty close to like New Hope area, if anybody's familiar, but in Bucks County, and the
only pretty part of that state.
Yeah, it's
Which
a
state?
cool Pennsylvania.
Oh,
And the wine, so the wines actually that we back then they were pretty good, all things considered. I think Pennsylvania actually, I know Pennsylvania has a lot of potential. But anyway, that wine was called Chocolate Cherry Truffle,
Yeah, that stuff
and
was
there
delicious.
was. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
that you remember.
Oh,
that.
dude, I used to fucking beg you for bottles of it because
Yeah.
it was like a harvest, or like a seasonal release or
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah. It was pretty limited.
and he was hunting even back then.
And there was like,
I was 19 or something.
they wouldn't even disclose a lot of the recipe to us, like the winemaking and all of that. Like we were kind of in the dark. All we knew really was, well, my one friend probably had a better idea. He's the chef and somm friend who let me try Louis XIII at one time I mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
And there were chocolate shavings like actually in
wow.
in the wine, like
Huh.
in the process of the fermentation, or I don't even know what it was, but that wine was super fucking seductive and addictive and like what the fuck. And it was fortified, pretty sure. It was like 17% alcohol, so it was like port level alcohol.
Chocolate port.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tangent for you.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
This is getting better, by the way.
Yeah.
That last sip was super nice and sweet. Had a little bit of like a faint hint of cinnamon in there. And brown sugar. And then that oak finish is actually, like, I can't decide if I love the finish or if I hate it. I really can't decide. The drying aspect of it, the mouthfeel is kind of interesting. But I think it's a very interesting finish. I mean, and it's just an old whiskey finish is what it comes
tastes,
down to.
yeah,
It tastes like the
old.
barrel. Yeah. But the mid palate is getting better and better.
Yeah,
And the nose is not bad, man. It just smells like an old bourbon.
I really like the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it smells like an old cigar box.
It definitely reminds me of like your old fucking grandpa who,
Yeah.
you know, smoked fucking cigars all day long, or if he wasn't smoking one, there was an unlit one in his mouth type of thing.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a cool. Yeah, I think it's different. I think it's different enough from things we normally try that that it's interesting. I like it. I just it's a little weird.
Like the one guy with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, the guy who sets the Christmas tree on fire. That's what this reminds me of. What are you looking at? And he like lights the fucking cigar and kills the cat and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Huh.
I do.
Yeah. It's really, I mean, there's a couple questions that we're going to ask ourselves.
Okay.
Here. First and foremost, you're paying for old whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I think inherently there's going to be a price tag.
during the bourbon boom, there's going to be a price tag.
I honestly almost take value or that whole question out of it just because it is inherently has an age statement. That almost takes that because that's just what you're going to pay for. I mean, yeah.
True.
But and is it? I mean, and it's good bourbon. It is good bourbon.
Yeah.
Would I pop this bottle again? Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Would I pay $150+ for it, or would I buy one of their other limited
Right. Would you
releases,
buy this
which
again?
Which some of them are over north of $200.
Yeah.
like,
$225.
Yeah. I know I wouldn't buy this one again because I fucking have it, and I'm definitely not drinking it fast. I mean, I would if this was a $90 bottle. I would do the same thing to this that I do to Barrel Craft Spirits, and I inhale that stuff. I'm gonna call it a thinker drinker.
Okay.
Just because of how much it's evolving, but at the same time, like I know what it is. You know.
Yeah. It doesn't.
It's kind of hard to give it a label.
Yeah. I don't. It's interesting enough to not be a stinker. I don't really. Yeah, I'm going drinker.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, because I could absolutely drink this pretty quickly. Honestly, it's low proof. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not a ton of like things pushing me back from it. I don't pick up the glass and go, "Oh, I don't want to drink that." Or I'm just like, yeah, it's pleasant. It's kind of unassuming. It's good. I got nothing. I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to go drinker thinker then. You know, the age will lead me to believe that I could very well be thinking about it more than I am. But and then there's the finish or honestly the everything past the mid palate for me is a little bit too astringent, too bitter in terms of the oak profile, and just it doesn't capture what I am anticipating the nose is going to give me. So for that, yeah.
Would you rank it?
Drinker, thinker.
Thinker. Okay.
I mean, I have to think about it some.
I enjoy thinking about it. And it's kind of hard for me to put thinker in front of drinker, but I think I'm doing that because of the age. And
I think you have to give it
Yeah.
some respect. I
I
don't.
I think that's what the more the thinker in front of the drinker is for me. But it is a drinker.
Yeah, I don't really love the feeling. It's just kind of sitting here. I don't love what's going on in my mouth right now as it kind of sits on my tongue without like anything.
Yeah. But I don't not love it
But I
enough
don't-
to call it a stinker. either.
Right. It's
Yeah.
it's a weird in between because it is interesting and it does taste like something that I'm like, oh, what is that? I'm trying to discover like what this is because it's new, but it's not offensive.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's safe to say that the Orphan Barrel Fable and Folly has made it through its round at the table of judgment, and now will join our esteemed Infinite Drinker.
It must go from Orphan Barrel to Orphan Decanter.
Matt, you want to grab it?
Presenting.
You pour this like a pussy. I'm going to start pouring these.
Oh, it's on pours. He can put in as much or little as he wants.
See the P on my hat? It's for you.
Stands for no,
Pussy.
There's urine on your hat.
Wow, dude, that was good.
Wow. Why'd you get so witty? There you go. That's the best one yet.
Really? I thought it was
That's
kind of
because
weak.
this bottle's, it's not the best for pouring.
Kind of just got to go for
I
it.
tried to just, you got to go.
Oh, it's
one
getting
motion.
there. By our 100th episode. On that episode, we're going to drink this whole decanter.
Nope, but we'll drink it. We'll try it.
I'm down.
Yeah, I know.
A whole decanter. That's,
Between 3 people, I mean, we'll be fine.
I mean, yeah, but in 100, that's about 60 episodes from now. Assuming 2/3 of them are drinkers.
yeah, and assuming we don't kill each other.
That could happen at any moment.
Who's the first one to die? Who's the first one to die and who's doing it?
All right. Anyway.
That's a question. That's a story for another time.
I'm going to say Matt.
Yeah,
my-
but
And I'm
what
going to say it's a
happened- what happened
group
to that?
effort
Story for
between.
another
Yeah, this is a
day.
story for another time.
I think it's Matt. It's
Anthony
a group
won.
effort
I think
between me and Troy.
That's not nice.
Ay. Well, anyway,
I know.
guess
I
I'll
love you,
see you guys later.
I
All
guess
right,
we should
bye.
cleanse our palate. So let's take a little cracker break.
This is a Matt's gonna die first. Cracker break.
Matt. Okay, bye.
Cracker break. And welcome back. Hey, Cracker Break brought to you by. Hey, Anthony, do you want a joke or a pun?
By the way, guys, he said cracker break.
Yeah, of course I did.
Your puns are jokes too, though.
All right, I'll read you a joke. I've never read this before. I'm reading this
Oh, my
for
God.
the first time ever. Are you ready?
You don't even know the joke?
No, I put this on my list, so I'm going to read it to you now, okay?
Okay.
Okay. A man at a routine checkup is diagnosed with terminal disease. Doctor, I'm sorry, at this point, there's nothing we can do. Our treatments will only postpone the inevitable. Patient, Doc, please, isn't there anything you can do at all? Well, there's one thing. I don't know if it'll help, though. Please, I'm begging you, man, please. The doctor sighs, stands up, and grabs an unmarked bottle from one of his cabinets. He pours a small amount of into a glass and hands it to the patient. Now, when I turn off the lights, drink this as fast as you can. The doctor switches off the lights, and the patient eagerly gulps it, then coughs, surprised. Patient, wait, is this whiskey? How is it supposed to cure me? I'm sorry, it was a shot in the dark.
All right. What's next?
Troy, break this fucking bottle.
What do we got there, Anthony?
We got something you don't deserve.
Oh, come on, it was a good one.
The Heaven Hill 17-year-old.
I'd rather listen to the John Mayer song.
Look at that. It is a sleek bottle. I like it. The box is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but it looks sexy.
Let me see that.
Open it in the box. Show it in the box. Yeah.
I'm really old Heaven Hill. I stink. We're going to find out.
Jeez.
Do I stink or do I drink?
Can I see the box, please?
This is Troy's third time seeing the box.
No.
I didn't look inside.
Oh.
You ever know?
Whoa, what's in there?
All right. I'm
It's talking
satisfied.
It's talking to him too.
It is a really sexy bottle. So it's barrel proof. Matt, you were kind of hinting on what this was before. If you want to kind of recap or start over or whatever the fuck you're gonna do.
So essentially is their oldest stock they have. So they're essentially taking all their oldest stock. This is going to be their rotating yearly release. Their more traditional yearly release, as opposed to the Parkers, which I mentioned. That's going to be the more experimental. This is kind of going to change mash bills of the most popular mash bills, but with their oldest stock whiskey around. And they're going to, every year, they're going to put out a new one. And this year it's a bourbon at cast strength. So we'll see what it is next year.
It's definitely got a good look to it, man.
It looks great.
One of the best labels I've ever seen. Barrel proof for them is 118.2.
Yep. And it is age statement of 17 years, but it's actually 28% 20 year and 44% 19 year. So, and then 28% 17 year. So,
I'm drinking some old whiskey today.
so literally the majority of this is actually 19 years with 28% of it being 20 years. So it has to say legal, has to say 17 because it's the oldest statement or oldest in the bottle, but it's not really a 17-year-old whiskey. It's more of a 19-year-old whiskey. So
Are you saying that legally it has to say 17 because that's the youngest in the
Yes.
bottle?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
legally it has to say that whatever the youngest is, no matter how much of it is in there.
Okay. Yeah, you confused
Yeah.
me because you said it has to say 17 because that's the oldest in the bottle. But
Oh,
it's-
sorry, youngest.
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
but most of it is a 19-year, so it's kind of cool. So this is their standard mash bill, from my understanding: 78% corn, 12% malted barley, 10% rye. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if it's any good.
Give it a pop. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was one of the better ones.
I saw your arm working out there a little bit. Kind of looks like it looks very elegant, that bottle.
It looks great.
It
kind of reminds me of the Titanic or something.
It's so simple. There's nothing like really amazing about the bottle. It almost honestly, like this with an angled label, actually looks like a Stranahan's bottle almost.
It does kind of look like a Stranahan's bottle.
That's interesting.
Which we should do some on here sometime. That single malt I have is really good.
I will not sniff it yet.
All right, well, salute.
All right, Heaven Hill, let's see what you got. See if this is worth the hunt. Smells more dense.
It's a lot more fruit and
A lot more fruit.
a lot more fruit forward than
But it has
Orphan Barrel.
It has a similar characteristic. It has that kind of little bit of that mustiness.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't smell like overly oaked, charred stuff, though.
Yeah. They this would have been, I guess, a week and a half ago at this point, but I think I was telling Troy earlier today. Heaven Hill release. Excuse me. There we go. I'm dying. Heaven Hill releases. I think Tuesdays and Thursdays they put out a special bottle allocation, and they announce it on their social media the day before, and then people can get in line starting then whenever they announce it. They've had a lot of issues with various things, but they announced, yesterday essentially that today's bottle was going to be this. And they announced that at what did I say? I think 2 p.m. And by 2:30, they had 74 people in line
For tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like for the next day?
Yeah, for the next day's allocation drop. And they're going to put out a couple bottles, but that's how crazy people are going for this. So we'll see if this is worth it.
The nose is very, 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 very inviting. And it is getting, and the more and more I sniff it, you can definitely get the age. And I am getting a little bit of that barrel char old oak, but it is a lot more fruit, raisin bread type of forward.
Very complex.
A little bit of wet leather thing going on too.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I cannot wait any longer. It smells too good.
Troy?
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. Give us some time. It's
I'm not reacting until Troy's done.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit here and just go stone faced. Troy likes to respect the bottle, and I respect that. What other fun facts do we know about Heaven Hill, Anthony?
Makes Elijah Craig.
Yep, they have a lot of products.
Mm-hmm.
They opened up a new bottle young bourbon
At the distillery?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll probably go down there in September when we go to Bourbon Fest.
If you can book a tour, do the.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I have a
Bottle
reminder set. We're going to book a bunch of tours. Me and Troy are going down 2 days earlier just to go to tours.
Yeah, I just book them as soon as you can because I'm sure it's going to be insane.
Yep. You can
Bourbon
only
Fest
book
is
them
gonna
90
be-
days ahead, so
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, Bourbon Fest is going to be so cool. I'm so jealous.
date your parents.
What you got, Troy?
I think the raisin bread aroma is spot on. Lots of brown sugar, lots of spice, lots of baking spice, lots of vanilla, lots of clove, and I mean maybe even a little bit like white chocolate on the finish.
That's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the palate's extraordinary. I think the finish is long. I think
Finish is
complexity
still
is
going,
high.
man. Yeah.
I think there's the oak is balanced, and well integrated, not over oaked. I think it's really fucking impressive.
You say oppressive or impressive?
Impressive.
Okay, just checking.
I think the proof, 118 is also in balance.
Yeah.
It's
not bad.
The nose is one of the best noses I've had in a long time on here. Super inviting. It's an explosion of flavor right when it gets in your mouth, and it's hot, but it's like the right type of heat. It kind of meets. It doesn't overtake what's happening. It's just like an explosion on your tongue, like someone just dropped a whiskey bomb on your tongue, and an explosion to get all those good flavors. The raisin bread thing, baking spice, I agree with all that, and then the finish. You get the barrel, and the heat slowly just scatters all over your tongue like beautiful whiskey lava, and it just makes its way. The finish is ridiculously long, like 30 to 45 seconds.
Yeah. Lots of hazelnut too.
Oh yeah, big time.
It is the equivalent. I don't know the best way I can describe this is when you eat a gusher, where you kind of get that initial fruit impact, and all of a sudden you get the explosion of like something totally different, just all coating your mouth, or something else that Anthony's into. But
oh
wow,
I haven't had a gusher. In
You
20
fucking
years.
attacking me again?
I had to do it. Again.
You attacking me again?
Yeah, attacking.
A couple weeks ago, you're making fun of my cousin Giuseppe. Now you're saying that I
Giuseppe.
Hey!
now you're saying that I
No, you gushers. Like dick. I thoroughly enjoy this. The fruit, the red fruit, baking spice is just right, just kicks you in the face.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it evolves into like an oakiness that doesn't get too oaky. It's really, like you kind of said, it is really in balance. I wish I didn't like it so much because I wouldn't want to drink it a lot, but it's pretty. I think this is a noticeably special bottle.
I think this is the most impressive old whiskey I've ever drank. Again, what Troy was saying, not over oaked whatsoever, and they could easily have done that with this, especially with the years that are in it. But the heat versus flavor it's one of the most perfectly balanced hot whiskeys I think I've ever had. Extremely, 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 extremely impressive.
They're kind of like in a drag race in your mouth, and every time you think the heat's gonna overtake, the fruit comes up, and every time the fruit's like, and the heat comes back up.
I'm trying to think, man. I don't think I've had a single Heaven Hill product that was bad.
A single one. I'm sure I've had. I mean, Heaven Hill makes a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna find out right now.
So imagine if like I don't know, the Bernheim wheat, or I mean,
I haven't had that.
Okay, well that's fair. But I bet they make a lot of okay whiskey.
Like what?
I don't know. A lot of stuff. I don't know. Go through the entire catalog.
I'm going right now. Hold on. I'm going to tell you. Okay. I'm going to tell you if I've had something. Obviously, I've never met a bad bottle of Elijah Craig. Not a single bad bottle. There's a bottle of toasted. There's a bottle of toasted barrel that I have that might be a little bit too marshmallowy, but it's delicious. Mm-hmm. I hate that these sites make me put it in my fucking birthday every time. I understand you're trying to protect the kids, but I'm trying to read about liquor. Yes, I am from the United States. Hold on a second. All right. Heaven and Hill Bottle and Bond was good.
Say that again?
Heaven and Hill Bottle and Bond. It's good. It's not like my most favorite, but it's not bad. They make McKenna.
Yep.
Haven't had a bad McKenna. What'd you call that? The Bernheim original?
Bernheim?
Wheats? Yeah, I have not had that. Obviously, Rittenhouse Rye is a whiskey dream helmet scenario.
Yep. I will say,
someone told me they had mellow corn the other day, and it was fucking awesome. Was that you?
Would have been me.
Yeah, it was good?
Yeah.
Funny enough, the only one on that list that I think I've been meh about, and I'm thinking about it, is some of the older, not the current one, because it's actually pretty good, Larceny Barrel Proofs.
Oh, dude, yeah. I have three Larcenies. One's a store pick barrel proof, one's just a regular barrel proof, and then there's a small batch, and they're fucking fantastic.
Yeah, the current ones are actually really good, but for whatever reason, I had a long stretch where everyone kind of fell out of favor of those because they're okay. But
I found one.
JTS Brown?
No, I found one. By the way, the Old Fitzgerald we had was good. The Parkers. We had the orange curacao bottle, and it was fucking trash. It was disgusting. It tasted like fucking medicine.
I think we should revisit it, but it wasn't great.
Me too. I don't think it was a bad whiskey. It just wasn't what you were wanting.
Yeah.
No. Never gonna want it ever again.
There you go. This is the equivalent on the other end of the spectrum of the Parker stuff. So this is more my cup of tea personally, but
Cup of D?
Cup of whiskey.
whiskey.
I think it's impossible not to call this a thinker drinker.
Well, okay then.
It's impossible. It could be a drinker thinker though.
It could be a drinker thinker, but again, with respect, I think thinker has to go before. And that's just my personal opinion. You guys are obviously allowed to label it whatever you would like.
Troy, would you like to label this whatever you like?
Sure.
Before you do that,
Okay.
the problem is that I had 2 pours of this.
I know you. I saw you try to think about getting a third.
I was thinking about
Only
it.
had 2
I
pours.
said, hey, Anthony.
I put a little more in the glass.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it was so like
Hey, man,
that
whiskey's
usually
meant to be shared.
That usually means drinker all day, but there's too much to think about here, man. It's absolutely, the finish is so. Look at my tongue, it's fucking incredible. It's still going.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I guess the question, Anthony, and I'm never gonna ask this probably on any other bottle. Maybe I will. I don't know. But do you think this is worth $275 MSRP?
So there's a lot of factors in there.
Yeah.
Yes. First of all, because of the exclusivity of it.
Okay.
There was a chain in town that only got 1 bottle of it, and you got it. So if I was that guy, I would spend that money first and foremost without tasting it. Now, after tasting it, if I ever saw this, I would absolutely buy it.
Okay.
It's a collector's piece, first and foremost, but it fucking drinks.
You know what? Drinker thinker. I'm doing it.
All right.
I'm doing it. Because I just imagine myself
Slugging it.
with no one anywhere nearby.
Me and Troy are changing seats. He's
Yeah.
getting more into the barrel-proof stuff, and I'm kind of hanging in the drinker zone, dude.
Yeah. Danger to the drinker zone.
Seriously, like I'm just imagining, like the lockdown situation, and if I didn't have the pleasure of going through that with you, Anthony.
Oh, quarantine, you mean?
Yeah. And somebody was like, "This is all that you get. You get 1 bottle of Heaven Hill 17." I don't think it would last very long.
Troy, we were buying handles of Elijah Craig's small batch, and they were lasting 48 hours.
I know.
That's a fact. And that's,
I know, and
That's not the Italian exaggeration either. That's a fucking fact.
You're right. Maybe that wasn't the best example.
Yeah.
Um,
This would have a 17-year age statement and a 17-hour warning. Is what it
Do
would
not
be.
open everything. Troy can open it
It's
once every 17 hours.
it's extraordinarily inviting. Like you said on the nose, I think it's equally, if not more so, inviting on the palate. I'm just very happy.
They really
Sorry,
outdid
Matt.
themselves with this one. Think about it. All 3 phases are absolutely phenomenal. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I think by value, hear me out here. By value, I'm going thinker drinker because I know that I should be thinking about this more.
You're paying
Bullshit.
respect.
But no.
You're paying respect.
But if I'm just going by what I'm drinking, it's a drinker thinker.
Okay.
Because in my mind, I can't get, it's hard to get it out of my head, But
A lot. So to kind of add to the category of a thinker, I think the excitement that this bottle gives me, and how much I've been thinking about, first of all, how much I'm enjoying it, and all the things that I'm thinking about and everything that I'm enjoying, I'm thinking about. I don't know. I feel like that this is like one of the best thinkers. I think a thinker label for this is one of the biggest compliments you can give it.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking slobber.
I want to
knocker,
drink
dude.
the shit out of
It
that.
is a drinker. It is a drinker. But I'm going to call it a thinker drinker.
That's fair.
So, another old whiskey makes it through the table of judgment.
I feel a little sad pouring this in there, but fuck it, let's do
let
it.
me make
And
one,
in its way into the
one-
infinite decanter.
One last analogy, or at least comparison to the 16-year-old barrel spirits Seagrass, barrel proof. A year apart in terms of age, right?
Yeah,
Well,
16.
this has got some older stuff in it too. But
So okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's young, but the barrel craft could have more. It's
It
okay.
could.
Yeah.
I mean, such extremely different expressions of American whiskey, but to me, the barrel that Seagrass is so it's so much more thought provoking in ways that don't do this whiskey and any injustices at all. But I would far rather consume this whiskey maybe a little bit more regularly than I would the.
That is
the
fair because I remember the Seagrass is a journey.
Yeah. Also,
Well, that's
far
the thing.
higher proof.
Yeah, higher proof, but it's also like it is a journey.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
Flight of Passage at fucking Disney World, dude.
Yeah.
It is literally a ride.
To me, that's like the thinker of all thinkers.
It really
that
is.
that I can think.
This
of.
is a fucking bourbon.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a fucking
Yeah,
bourbon,
exactly.
and it is honestly. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This might be the best bourbon we've drank on this podcast.
I am. A lot of people are in saying, because I have no experience with it, with Pappy or BTAC or anything like that. But like that is obviously the initial comparison.
Yeah,
it's
worth
is that. And I don't know. I would love.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna save this for as long as I can. But I would love to try that if we ever get our hands on any of the BTAC collection, Buffalo Trace stuff.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know,
I still have.
Side by side.
I still have. Which stag did I try? Was it the 18?
18.
Yeah.
I still have that. Even though I just asked which one I tried, I do. I swear, I do still have that fairly fresh in my mind. And I mean, I would pay the same price for a couple of ounces of this as I did. That.
Crazy enough though, that MSRP is $99, which is
Yeah.
kind of dumb anyway. But yeah. Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, it has made its way through the table of judgment and into the infinite drinker.
Does this pain my soul a little bit to put this in here? No, it doesn't, because you know what? It's going to taste delicious.
Are you keeping record of what's in here? What do we have in here
Yeah,
now
yeah.
at this point?
I'll add it.
We have some good stuff in here. We added two old boys today.
2 old bows.
No single malts in there yet. For as much as we like single malt on this
Not
podcast.
yet. I'm sure we'll get there. So we have currently the Matty Glen store pick, 4 Roses single barrel, Penelope Rose Cask, Penelope Toasted Tennessee, and Penelope Barrel Strength Batch 10.
And then we have Orphan Barrel, Fable and Folly, and the Heaven Hill 17.
Well, since you have it out, Troy.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do a little cheers.
Anthony already had 2.
I just want a
no,
little
Anthony
spot.
already had 2.
Oh,
so.
Troy spilled half of it on the table.
That's all right.
Matt, you gotta lick it up.
Oh my God. I probably
No. Put some in my glass. Just give me a little.
Oh my God.
Put it back in the bottle. Get out of here. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's fair. Don't do it.
Yeah.
It's already out. The thing is got
Are you a fucking sommelier or are you like a fake?
a sommelier?
Hey, oh, hey.
Hey. Oh, we gotta put this back on.
I'm a fraud.
You are. You're a fucking fraud, Troy. All right, but seriously, Matt, thank you for bringing this one over.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Good luck to you on your surgery, my friend. Salute.
Thank you.
Love you.
To good whiskey and good friends.
We can reach.
Salute.
I can't reach.
Nope.
Cheers. Air cheers.
I touched both of you.
Fuck, this is good.
Oh, dude.
Too much spin.
Too much spin. It's going to make the tasty whiskey taste bad.
Troy spilt this on the table. I'm glad.
I might lick it off, honestly.
No, leave it there. This is too good of whiskey to not scar the table of judgment. It needs to scar it. Battle scars.
You will learn a lesson.
And away she goes.
Thank you for saving that cap, by the way.
Oh, no problem. I know how you roll. I
love
do the
those.
same thing.
Yeah. Makes it look cool.
Away she goes.
I think there's a notch in there. I don't know how.
Yeah, there is a notch, yeah.
Yeah, I always wondered, those bottles are, how they design those. That's pretty cool. Snug as a bug in a rug. All right.
Well,
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Next time coming up, we are doing. Matt had the idea of starting a little
yeah.
mini series. We're still kind of thinking of a clever name. We'll get back to you on that. But we're going to do a little blind pour series where each of us blind pours 3 whiskeys for
Yeah.
the other guys here. So Matt's going to start that off. So next week we're doing 3 blind pours, and then coming up after that, I think we're going to do some whiskey tiki cocktails.
Whiskey tiki?
Whiskey tiki.
Whiskey tiki.
Yeah, stay tuned
Whiskey
for that.
tiki, whiskey tiki, whiskey tiki.
Oh wow.
I'm going to sing a song about it. Go ahead. Sorry.
Anyway, thank you all again for following along, listening along. Please, if you're just dropping by, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, hit the 5-star review button, share with your friends. We greatly appreciate you. And guys, like I said, we're really generous on social media. We do a ton of giveaways. Please follow along there. Matt wants me to open this bottle.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just so you can see, we've never sat on the table opened up before.
Please follow us along there. Like I said, we're very generous. We're giving a whole bunch of stuff away. Between now and July 4th, you spend $30 in our shop. We're going to throw in a free 50 ml bottle of something really cool. There's some Willet on there, a couple different Willets and Balcones, some Clyde Mays and some Teeling, all for you. So thanks again, and we'll see you next week. Troy, lead us out.
Alrighty. Yodelay.